Now, we're going to get back in groups, I promise you. It was my intention to do that tonight. I got stuff, but I looked around and said, let's just do it this way. All right, well, Acts 19, y'all know we always review. We always review, okay? Acts 19, where were we? We was in Ephesus, okay? What occurred in Ephesus? The riot. There was a riot in Ephesus, remember? What was it about? That message. And who else? Somebody said somebody's name. Demetrius. And Demetrius, and what was the situation? Somebody said something else? Diana. Oh, that girl Diana, huh? Something about that girl Diana, and we talked, but it was all centered around what? That money. That bottom line was all about. It was all about that money. It's all about that cash flow. And we talked last week about the fact that he was in order. What he was fighting for was what? What Demetrius was really fighting for was what? His job, but more than that, what was it? Y'all know y'all got to go deeper with me. Remember, he was fighting for what? Keep going. Think y'all. He was to die, but what was he fighting for? More than, huh? Whereas money was a part, he was gonna get the money, but he was fighting for something deeper than their money.
But what they were selling.
Yeah, what they were selling, but the reason, what else? Come on, y'all. Talk to me. I spent a whole lot of time here last week dealing with that right there. We was there. We was there. He was
fighting because they were losing the battle because people were learning the truth.
right.
They wasn't worshiping Diana anymore, so therefore they wasn't profiting as blacksmith.
As silversmith. As silversmith. Yeah, I get all of that, but it's a deeper one, y'all. It's deeper. What'd you say, Terry? Boy, that is my boy back there. He was listening, y'all. Lord have mercy. He came and he was listening. Boy, I think I'm doing all right. All right, look. But remember, y'all, he was fighting for their belief system, because it was in their whole belief system wherein there had the mind of what Diana meant and what Diana was. You know what I'm saying? And what made Diana important is what made the coins important. And so what made the coins important was the imprint of Diana. Does that make sense? But the imprints didn't mean anything if they didn't have a strong belief in what Diana was, the goddess of fertility. Yes. You see that? You see that? All right, you see that? And we talked about last week. People really buy what you believe. They don't buy what you make. They buy what you believe. Does that make sense? It makes sense? Y'all with me? And so they bought, so their belief system, if Paul was getting people to believe that go after something that ain't got no money at all. When the money gone, you still chasing it. because the money ain't the significant thing. It's that thing that's beneath the money is the thing that's more significant. Y'all with me? All right, so y'all remember we was in Ephesus, and that we had a good time working on all of that, and we got that whole thing down. We come to that, but now we come to Acts 20. Familiar chapter. A familiar chapter, but y'all know y'all know I'm gonna push you to think even deeper. All right, when we start dealing with it, because we've gotta think deeper. All right, when we start looking at these texts, and we gotta start, and we're looking at what's going on. All right, and so we gotta start thinking deeper. All right, a lot of times we get caught up in the surface thing, and we miss the deep thing. Y'all with me? All right, because the obvious is the obvious. All right, but what's behind the obvious is what keeps us going. Y'all with me? All right, Acts chapter 20. Drew, you over there? All right. Verse number 1. Where we go? Let's go.
After the uproar was ceased,
After the uproar was ceased, come on.
called unto him the disciples and embraced them.
Yeah.
Departed far to go into Macedonia.
All right, now watch this, y'all. I want y'all remember. All right, so we was in Ephesus. There was an uproar. All right, they was getting ready, and it was so bad that Paul couldn't even go in there because they wouldn't let him go in there. Y'all remember? All right, and so now it finally settled down. All right, it ceased. It settled down after the mayor came and settled it and sent everybody away. Y'all remember? All right, and now all right, it ceased, and then Paul called the brethren together. All right, because Paul's getting ready to leave. Y'all with me? He getting ready to leave. He calls them together and he embraces them. I want y'all to remember this. I want y'all to hold on to this. Hold on to this because you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this relationship come back again in a little bit. All right? All right, read.
Okay. And when he had gone over those parts
Yes.
and given them much exhortation,
Yes.
he came into Greece.
Yeah. So he went to Macedonia. He went through the regions of Macedonia, encouraging them. All right, and working with them and making sure they were good, because y'all remember the Church of Macedonia was Paul's biggest supporters. All right, on his missionary journeys, it was Macedonia. All right, even though the Church of Macedonia taking care of the mission of the work of the evangelists. Macedonia, they were second to none. All right, okay, when you get time, we'll get there sometime. When Paul talks about the Church of Macedonia, he says they gave of themselves first. See, when you give of yourself, your money comes. Oh, y'all, come on, yeah. All right, when you give of yourself, I'm not worried about your money. All right, because you've given me the most important part of who you are. That's you. All right, so they gave that first. So because they gave that first, all right, the money just flowed because they've given up themselves. Okay, all right, come on, Drew, read.
Therefore, 3 months,
Hey, and then,
Jews laid wait for him
uh-huh.
as he was about to sail to Syria.
All right, so look, so he, 3 months he stayed in Greece. All right, and then the Jews was laying waiting on him. Uh-huh. All right. Come on, read.
He purposed to return through Macedonia.
Read, come on.
And there accompanied him Asius,
Yeah.
Sopater,
Yeah.
of Berea,
Yeah.
and of the Thessalonians,
Uh-huh.
Aristarchus.
Okay, now watch this. Y'all watch this. When he's about to name accompanies those who accompanied him but were faithful from the cities by which he had gone. Come on, y'all. Remember, he was at Thessalonica. What they do? They ran him out. He was at Berea. What they do? They ran him out. He was at Derbe. What they do? They ran him out. All right, all right. But he had each place he left from. All right, he had some of them. He had somebody from there to accompany him along the way. Can I? I ought to be able to come in contact with people, all right, that people want to be around you and want to go somewhere with you. Your influence, you ought to make an impression on people. All right, they ought to know. They ought to know you've been around. Yeah. They ought to know. They ought to want to have something to do with you. All right, because of how you carry. He gonna come back to that in a minute. Of how you carry yourself. All right, they feel as though they're blessed because they're in your presence. Ooh, y'all. And so wherever you go, they want to go. Y'all with me? All right, they want to be around you. They want to be with you. They want to go somewhere because it's a value to them. Watch this. They're being blessed because they're around you. All right, and most of the time, what ends up happening is you are blessed because they're around you. It's this relationship that's reciprocal one to another. All right, you encouraging me, but I'm encouraging you. All right, and so what we have, watch this. We don't have just any kind of relationship. We have a kinsman kingdom relationship. Their relationship was not based on their relationship as family. Their relationship was based on their relationship as being in the kingdom of God. Oh, y'all. And it was so important that they had to be among each other. Y'all, can y'all see? Hey, I told y'all, it's amazing. Right there, it's right there. You see, sometimes we go through the introduction so fast we miss some good stuff right in the introduction. Yeah, these are people that remember when he was in those cities, all right, they ran him out of those cities, all right, but every city there were some believers he left. And then look at here, you got believers who came with him. Am I making sense? I am in the Bible, ain't it, y'all? All right, come on, read. And Gaius. And Timotheus. Who are Timotheus? Timothy. Y'all see these? See, these are people he gathered along the way. He gathered along the way. And y'all, come on, think about this, y'all. Look at this list. These are people that ministered to him throughout his whole ministry from this point on. Timothy was one of his sons. And y'all see, these are people that ministered that was there, that Paul even had his last words to. Boy, so that's what I'm saying. So this relationship becomes more, and that's what we as members of the body of Christ ought to be striving for with one another, is kingdom relationships. Yeah. They helped spread them. He could, watch this, y'all. They spent time with him. He could leave them somewhere. Oh, y'all, he can leave them somewhere. Because watch. Paul learned how to do what all of us have got to learn how to do. Matter of fact, Paul done what Christ had told us to do. All right, duplicate ourselves. Oh, y'all missed that. Duplicate yourselves. All right, it was the apostles' job to duplicate Christ in them. Go ye therefore, teach all nations, baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. All right? Isn't that right? Watch this. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded thee, and lo, I will be with you. Always. All right, you see that? Even what? To the end of the earth. All right, watch. What did he say? I taught you. Now, you go and teach somebody else. All right, and boy, and Paul even went further in 1 Timothy and told them, commit that I've taught you to faithful men who are able to teach others. So you got to be able. So our goal is to be able to develop kingdom relationships, but not only that, duplicate ourselves. Paul said it like this: follow me as I follow Christ. Be imitators of me as I am of Christ. Come on, y'all. It's all about, but I got to slide sideways just a little bit. You're going to duplicate yourself one way or the other. One way or the other. Yeah. I don't care who you are, you have somebody looking up to you. You have somebody watching you. You have somebody that's going to follow your example, whether it's good or bad. You see that? So it would be good to what? Duplicate yourself in what? A positive way. Okay? All right? All right? All right, come on, y'all. See, y'all messed. Y'all got. That wasn't even in my. But we got to keep going. Come on, read. Yeah, that one. Yeah, Trophimus. Yeah, that one. Come on.
These going before tarry
Uh-huh.
for us to Troas.
Yeah, come on.
And we sailed away from Philippi.
Uh-huh.
After the days of unleavened bread.
Yes.
And came unto them to Troas.
Yeah.
In 5 days.
Yeah. See, y'all see what he did? He sent them. That group went to Troas, while he went and did something else. Then he came back to them in Troas, and they was there for 7 days. Is that right? Is that the Bible? Yeah. All right, good. See that? I feel so good as your preacher that I can leave and I can come back and the church ain't full of hell. Y'all looking at me like I'm strange. You look at me like I'm strange. But you know what? Some preachers can't go nowhere. I wish you would be gone for 2 weeks. You come back and don't have a church. Because your assistant's been trying to get your church the whole time you've been gone. Huh? It's good when you can when I can go somewhere and I know that everything is in order. All right, I ain't gotta worry about if Eddie finna get up here and teach a whole sermon that has nothing to do with where we're going as a church body. All of a sudden, Eddie want to get up here and he want to teach something that's gonna cut the legs completely out from under me the whole time. Huh? Trying to win members over to them. No, it's good when you can go somewhere and you know that the flock is taken care of. Yeah, does that make sense? That makes sense? All right, and so Paul could leave them somewhere. All right, knowing they ain't gonna tear it up. All right, and then come back. So, but I'm telling you, one of the hardest things as the preacher is to have to come back and fix what other folk mess up. That's one of the hardest things to do. I'm telling you, 15 years of sitting there looking at it. It's some of the hardest things that you're sitting there looking like. You watching them preaching, talking about I got to fix this. Sometimes I had to go up behind them and fix it at that time. You know, so let's know be gone. You're gone, and then your phone ringing off the hook before you even get back. You on vacation, but you ain't on vacation no more because everybody calling you about what they done said. Brother Harris, did you hear what so and so said? No, baby, I ain't heard what so and so. So let me tell you, go get the video. Huh? You know, and you sit there saying, and here it is. You sit there saying, this is what I be saying to myself. This is what I would say to myself. First of all, why are you even dealing with that? Because you're not the evangelist, so you ought not even be messing with that. You're not an elder, so you ought not be messing with that. So why? I don't get it. Why are you messing with stuff that setting things in order? That ain't even your role. You just preach. You just preach. Everybody, when the assistants preach, I ain't mean no harm, y'all. I just got to say this. when the assistants preach, y'all ought to leave out here floating. Because they ought not be cutting nobody, they ought not be jabbing at nobody, y'all ought to be leaving out here floating. Y'all ought to be saying, ooh, I'd be glad when Eddie and Young preach. Ooh, I'd be glad when they make us feel so good. I ain't got to worry about them calling me out on nothing. Huh? You with me? All right, because some things, sometimes some people don't know what to do, but don't know what to say because it's not their role. So they lane and they saying stuff that they don't need to be saying because they're not their lane. Y'all remember when y'all got dog? Y'all remember when we was over in Port Arthur? Y'all remember we was in Port Arthur? All right, y'all remember I spoke in Port Arthur? What did I keep doing? I kept doing me, but what did I do? Whenever I had to go into some tough areas, I looked at their preacher. And I said, hey man, I don't mean no harm, but can I go there? Can I go there? All right? Because I knew where I was finna go was somewhere he needed, that he should be going, and watch this, that he was willing to go behind after I went there. Does that make sense? So whenever I got a clear way, so I can go on and deal with this thing, and then the last thing you want to do is go somewhere and you start dealing with some stuff that the preacher can't handle when you gone. Because he's going to be the one that has to answer those questions when you gone. Dr. Roach used to always tell us that son, they ready for me? Because if they ain't ready for me, son, I don't need to be messing with that because you can't, if you ain't ready to handle, he checking me before he even go there, because if I can't handle it, he ain't even gonna go there. Because I can't be calling him to answer the questions y'all have. No, I got to be able to handle it. Are we all on the same page? All right, but that's why it's important to know roles and responsibilities in the Lord's church. Okay? Y'all with me? All right. Ooh, that was good anyway. All right, let's go. Read, brother, read.
First day of the week.
On what? Oh, here we go now. On what now?
First day of the week.
First,
The disciples came together to break bread.
all right. On the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread, come on. Paul preached them to the morning. All right, ready to depart on the morrow. Continue to speech to midnight. Okay. Now, I want us to ask a question. I want us to, what is really going? What do you see in that verse? That's very important. First day of the week. Okay. What else? Breaking bread. Okay. What else? Y'all, the disciples came together. What else? Until midnight. All right. So all of those things have to do with what? Yeah, worship, but we got to go deeper. Teachers, I got to go deeper. Look, upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread. No. It's fellowship. I want y'all to see the essence of this thing. Worship is, but the essence of this is fellowship. Because let me give y'all the setting. Give you the setting. All right, it's the first day of the week. All right, this is in the evening. How do I know? They didn't work all day. All right, because they rest on the Sabbath, which was Saturday. All right, upon the first day of the week. And watch this. Their first day of the week started at what time, y'all? 6 what? P.M. When you look at the Hebrew calendar. All right? Okay? All right, so now they come, it takes an effort for them to be together. Oh, y'all see this? It takes an effort for us to come together. All right, and watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all. And we gather together on the first day of the week, and we're gonna get together and we're going to break bread. We're going to break bread. Means we're going to eat together. Yeah, we will possibly commune. We will commune, but we're going to break bread. Y'all with me? All right, we're going to fellowship together. Okay? And watch, it's even further important is because that's what no word in the Bible, no phrase in the Bible goes without significance. It said Paul was going to be ready to depart on the morn. Y'all, so I hope y'all see this thing. So my friend, yeah, my comrade, my leader is leaving in the morning. Leaving in the morning. All right? So, all right, we've got together, which I can't miss that because I need to be there. This is the first time, watch this, this is the first time that you see the Lord's church is establishing the mindset of upon the first day of the week. When you first see it, don't try me if you want to. When you first see it, I know Pentecost and I know all that stuff, but the church as a whole, the body where it sets the standard is Acts 20 and 7 on the first day of the week, which shows the indication that the disciples came together on the first day of the week. Y'all with me? All right? And so you got that piece, but also the overwhelming behind the scene picture, y'all, is that Paul, our leader, is leaving. He's come back, but he's leaving. Y'all, ooh, he's leaving. And watch this. He's leaving, and he got something to say to us.
Yeah.
He got something to say to us. He got to give us further instructions.
Come on.
And he's giving us further instructions. And what is essential on both parties. It's essential for them to hear, and it's essential for Paul to tell. Because I ain't going to see you no more. So I got to give you final instructions face to face. Y'all see this? All right? And it was so much information that it went till midnight. Hey, 6 hours. And it's going to get even better because later on you're going to find that it even went into daybreak. The Bible going to show you. So that means, y'all, it was more than just checking the box to come together. It meant something. It was significant for us to have this last worship experience together. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Because watch this. Watch this. They went for so long. Drew fell asleep. Somebody had their hands up. I missed them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it was important for them to be together. It was important for them to hear what Paul had to say.
Yeah.
And we get to a point in our spiritual walk where it becomes regimental. It's just a pattern.
Yeah.
Just something that we're supposed to do every Sunday.
Yeah, obligation.
And we came from the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
We just here because this is where I'm supposed to be.
This why I support. But it was so important. It was so important that they didn't want to depend on nobody else telling them what they missed. You ever had that experience? You ever had that experience? You didn't show up, you didn't come, and all you kept hearing was about how it was. And truth be told, that moment can never be duplicated.
No.
I'm reminded. I remember Drew always hit me with this. Every blue moon he'll hit me with it. Boy, you remember rock bottom? You remember that? Boy, you remember boy, if you ain't preaching nothing else, boy, rock bottom. And we can go, I can come back and preach that sermon again. It won't be like that time. Y'all see what I'm saying? And you know what? You can watch it, you can hear, but you wasn't in the presence.
Yeah.
Y'all, you see what I'm saying? You know, like, ooh, 'cause it was something in the air. Okay? And so the spirit be it's moving, it's there, and you like, woo, and you trying to tell folks how it was, and girl, boy, you just woo, and they sitting there looking at you, and they like, ooh, I wish, and you just say, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't, this all like, you should have been there. And then those who wasn't there, you ever miss something that you wish you was at? And you get mad because they keep telling you about, oh, I know, I don't want to hear no more. So can you imagine this fellowship piece here, all right, with Paul leaving, last message, and you ain't there? And girl, he did so. Girl, we was there till midnight, and you know, so and so was boy fell out the window. And child, what you really missed, child, was Paul was so in the spirit, child. Child, he went down there and embraced the boy, and the boy woke up. Child, when I say you missed it, you missed it. I see you. That's that whole fellowship piece. And so I say all of to say this. When we miss worship, you just don't know what you might miss. You just don't. Can I just go a little further? Some Wednesday nights have been better than Sunday mornings. And when you wasn't there, you missed it. And you're trying to figure it out. Like, Lord, I'm tired of talking about it. So you show up the next Wednesday, it ain't there. You just missed it. Yes, sir, Brother Connor. Well, it's really I can't really dread much deeper in there, because the piece there is really the fellowship is the main piece, but it's the experience that they experienced together while they were doing what God had said for them to do, breaking bread. All right, breaking bread. And then you had the message of the hours, okay, was so important for that piece. All right, I mean, I don't think there's a place. I don't think this is the spot to drive a worship tool in right here. You kind of see what I'm saying? I don't think it's because because really, if we really want to mess with that, I can really mess some of us up real bad, really real bad, all up in here, because you'll start because we'll start talking about breaking the bread, and we'll start talking about communion. And we'll start talking about communion, and then we really start messing with communion, and then we start messing with communion. Then we start talking about going back to the instructions on communion, and then we'll back all the way back and then start talking about when Jesus gave that instruction, then you ask the question: was the Lord's Supper the same thing as the Feast of Unleavened Bread? See, you didn't know, you didn't want all that. So you can start really dealing with that, and when we deal with that, then we understand that the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all right, then have you to say, okay, all right, is the Sabbath always on Sunday? I mean, on Saturday? See, now we got a whole other issue, because when you start looking at the Jewish calendar, all right, the Sabbath fell on different days per the calendar, not per God's 7-day instruction, but per the calendar. See, y'all, there's a whole lot of heaviness on there, all right, because whenever you go look at the Jewish culture, versus the Hebrew calendar, all right, it could either fall on Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday. See, now we getting heavy. All right, and so you gotta. So you look and see, and then you have to back up and say, okay, so watch this, y'all. So we got to go all the way back and say, okay, in AD 33, when you look at the Hebrew calendar, all right, what did the Sabbath fall on? And then you find out, okay, that sometimes the Sabbath would fall on 2 consecutive days. So y'all don't want to mess with me. It can fall on 2 consecutive days. You can fall. It can fall on a Friday, or it can fall on a Saturday. See now we saw the ooh when you're looking at calendar. All right, and then that makes us all the way go back to say, okay, all right, let's find out the question, okay, when was Jesus crucified? What day was it? Well, what day was the Lord's Supper on? What day was the Lord's Supper on? What day was that on? Was it on Wednesday or was it on Thursday? See, then you find out it was on Wednesday. Then you find out he was crucified on Thursday. See, you got to sort. When you sort, y'all, you want to dig. You want to dig. That's when you dig, and you start saying, okay, Thursday. Well, hold on, Thursday. Well, yeah, he said he was going to be in the grave 3 days. Huh? See, whenever you start digging, we want to start digging. That's a whole nother study that we don't even mess with. We just go to Acts 20 and 7 and say, upon the first day of the week, the Lord said the disciples came together to break bread. And then we run over to 1 Corinthians chapter 11 to verse 23 and 23 through 30, and we start dealing with what Paul says, okay? And then we go to Matthew 26 and we go there, all right? And even when Paul said it, Paul did not say that it was on the day in which Christ took the Feast of Unleavened Bread. What he said is on the day in which he was betrayed. See, we miss words. Upon the day in which he was betrayed, he took bread. All right. So then that leads us to ask the question: Did Jesus even take the meal? Did Jesus even take the Passover meal? Even though he told them to go and prepare, go and tell this person, I'm going to have a Passover meal in your house. Boy, yeah, y'all all looking real funny now. All right, okay, all right. But yeah, that's what he told them. All right. But if the Passover occurred on Thursday, Christ died at 3 o'clock. Huh? See. It gets heavy in there, don't it? It gets heavy in there, don't it? All right, and then watch this. Then you can find out. Then you can know that he didn't take the Passover meal because when you go and you look at John chapter 18 about verse 28. You go there, y'all, because y'all looking at me funny. John 18 and verse 28. When they brought Jesus before Pilate. Hold on, wait a minute. When they brought Jesus before Pilate, all right, okay, brought him before Pilate, they would not go in. Pilate had to come out because they went in, they would be defiled before they take the Passover feast. Hold on, brother. Let's read because what the Bible say?
Then led they Jesus from Caiaphas,
Caiaphas,
the hall of judgment,
the hall of judgment.
And it was early.
And it was early.
And they themselves
They themselves did not go into the judgment. Least they would be defiled what?
but that they might eat.
That may eat the Passover. The Passover feast was later. Jesus was already captured. I'll let that marinate for a minute. Yes, sir. Huh? No, we ain't. Because the Passover you try to refer to didn't happen until Christ was till the Lamb of God had became the sacrifice. And watch, see, y'all messing with me. See, watch this. Brother Connor, what did they eat during the Passover feast? What did they have? Because this is heavy, y'all. What did they have? What did they have? What was on the menu? You don't know? Let me tell you, what was on the menu was lamb. Was lamb on the menu. Except you eat my flesh, drink my blood. So can y'all see this? Y'all see this? All right. He didn't participate in the last Passover feast, which lamb would be served because he would be the lamb for the next Passover feast. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? You see how all that can stem from Acts 20 and 7. Acts 20 and 7, when we go get a shovel and start digging. When we go get a shovel and start digging, okay, one thing will lead to another lead to another, and another will lead to another. Okay? But did y'all notice though? Y'all notice though? You didn't read none of that in that text. But it was all in that text. Because you have got to be able to study and not just read. You got to be able to study and not just read. All right? If you read Acts 20 and 7, and it says, now you ought to want to know what we're doing, what we're talking about. All right? It ought to lead you to the next thing. And on the next thing, y'all with me? Okay. All right, I got to go, Connor. You done mess with me. All right. That was good right yonder, y'all. All right. Read, brother, read.
There were many lights.
There were many lights. Like, come on. Up chamber, come on. They were gathered together.
There sat in the window a certain young man named Eutychus.
Yeah, Drew was sitting in the window.
Being fallen into a deeper sleep.
Falling in a deep sleep.
And as Paul was long preaching.
Yeah, Rickie was preaching too long.
He sunk down with the sleep.
And he got comfortable.
And fell down.
He got real good. Yeah.
Taken up on
Yeah, y'all know that deep sleep, that sleep where you forget where you are. Yeah, you get real good, and you get that jumping. You y'all know that you up in there good. That kind, and you keep trying to catch yourself. Catch yourself. Can you see him? He got real comfortable. Paul was long-winded. Paul kept on going, and before he knew it, he fell asleep in the wrong place. Fell asleep in the window, and fell out the window. And was taken up dead. All right. Then Paul did what? Come on.
Paul went down.
Paul went down.
Fell on him and embraced him.
Said,
trouble not yourselves,
trouble not yourselves.
for his life is in him.
His life is still in him. He all right.
But he therefore was come up again.
Yeah.
And had broken bread.
Yeah.
And eaten.
Yeah.
In a long while.
Yeah.
Even till break of day.
Yeah.
So he departed.
Look. So he was there till the break of day, y'all. All right. All right. Come on, read.
They brought the young man alive.
And they brought the young man alive, and what?
A little comfort.
And not just a little comfort. It was greatly comfort. All right, can you imagine? I know that joker was dead. I saw him fall. Fell out the window. All right, ain't no way he alive. All right, and then you see him. Great comfort. Like nothing happened. Eating and doing just fine. All right, okay. All right, let's go read.
And we went before to ship and sailed unto there intended to take in Paul.
Yeah.
For so he had appointed, minded himself to go afoot.
Yeah, come on.
And when he met with us at Assos,
Yes.
we took him in.
Take him in. Come on.
Came to Middling.
Can you do well? Come on, you're going to get it right in a minute. You're going to get it right in a minute. Miletus. Y'all, Miletus. He came to Miletus. Come on. Come on, he came to Miletus. Come on. Come on, read.
We sailed thence and came to the next day over against
Charles.
And the next day we arrived in
Samos, come on.
and tarried to Trogyllium.
Boy, I got you in there, don't I?
Trogyllium.
Come on.
And the next day we came to Miletus.
Yes. Miletus.
Miletus.
All right, come on.
And Paul and determined to sail to Ephesus.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ooh, See, you always trying to run too fast. You remember?
Paul had determined to sail by Ephesus.
Didn't I tell y'all to remember this? This first started, he was leaving. Y'all remember that? He embraced them, he was leaving. And now, before he continues on, he is intent to sail back toward that direction. All right? I can't get all the way to you. I can get as close as y'all with me? All right? And when he got there, he called. That is the Bible, ain't it? I thought it was. Church. Now remember now, Paul spent a great while there. All right? And remember, Paul had to leave there, all right, after the great uproar. You with me? He left there, he pretty much left there, and things was not right. You with me? Because I remember, he left there, the whole city was confused. Y'all remember? Because they was confused. We talked about that last week. There was confusion all through the city. Some believe one thing, some believe another thing. It was just chaos. That's why you had the whole uproar. All right? Paul leaves. But now he comes on his way back. Going to Jerusalem. That's what he's eventually going to get to. All right? He's eventually going to get to there. All right? And later on, we'll come to another point where it talks about, but he was warned of what was going to happen to him when he got there. But he says, I'm even ready to die. Y'all with me? Yeah. With me? They tried to rip him apart when he got there. Okay? All right? So he gets here and he calls for the elders because I got something to what? Say. I gotta first of all, I've gotta make sure y'all remember my example. First thing y'all gonna see here in a minute. Man, I wish I had time. I ain't got it. But example. The next thing you gonna see is after my example, your responsibility. Those are gonna be the two. It's gonna be in here. All right, because when he got there, all right, and now look, and so watch. Let me get this little bit, and I'm gonna let y'all have it. All right, in verse number 18, the Bible says what? Come on and read.
And when they will come to him,
When they come to him, come on. He said to them, come on.
ye know from the first day that I came into Asia,
From the first I came
after
in,
the manner I have been with you at all seasons,
at all seasons.
serving the Lord with all humility
Yeah.
of mind,
Yeah,
and with many tears
Yeah.
and temptation,
yeah.
which befell me
Come on here.
by the line and weight
Uh-huh.
of the Jews,
Come on here.
and how I kept back nothing that was
Come on
profitable unto you.
Y'all see him talking. You'll see him. Y'all see what he's giving them? He's giving them this. Y'all seen this. I lived the example before you. Ooh wee! I've lived the example before you. All right, come on, read.
And how I kept back nothing that
Nothing.
was profitable unto you,
Until you read,
but have showed you,
showed you,
have
taught you.
publicly,
Come on,
house to house,
from house to house,
publicly,
publicly. Come on,
house to house,
house to house. Come on,
testifying both to the Jews
Uh-huh.
and also to the Greeks,
read,
repentance towards God
read.
and faith towards our Lord Jesus Christ.
Come on, son.
And now, behold,
Behold,
I go bound,
I'll go bound in the spirit to Jerusalem.
not
Look,
knowing
I'm giving you all the example. Told you.
bound in the spirit.
I told you. I lived it. I showed you. I taught you. And I've even given you the instruction on how you ought to do it. Y'all see that thing, man? All right? This is what he's giving them. The example was set before y'all. And now I'll go bound in the spirit to Jerusalem. Come on.
And knowing the things that shall befall me there,
Look, knowing what's going to befall me. Come on, read. Not knowing
saying that the Holy Ghost witnesses
Yeah.
in every city,
In every city,
saying that the bonds and afflictions abide
they waiting on me.
wait for me. But none of these things
Ah!
move
But
me,
none of these things move me.
neither count I my life dear to myself,
Hey, y'all, can y'all see this? I've showed y'all the example, but now I'm going to let y'all know none of this stuff move me because I know what my purpose is. I know my purpose. I know my purpose, y'all. I know my purpose. It don't move me because I know what my purpose is. Boy, that's heavy, y'all. That's heavy, y'all. Come on, come on.
nothing count I myself
I
life,
feel it.
my life dear unto myself,
Yeah, come on.
so that I might finish my course with joy
Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
and the ministry
And the ministry. Come on.
which I have received of the Lord Jesus.
I'm not worried about all that stuff because I've got to finish. I got to finish. I got to finish. I got to finish. I've been given an assignment,
Yes, sir.
and I got to finish the assignment.
Yeah.
None of this stuff move me because why? I got to finish the assignment.
Sound like King.
Well, hey, well, you know this was written before King.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. All right, come on.
I have received the Lord Jesus Christ to testify the gospel
Yeah.
of the grace of God.
The grace of God.
And now,
Now,
behold,
here it is, y'all.
know that ye all
Here it is, y'all.
among
ain't gonna see me no more.
Farewell.
Y'all ain't gonna see me. Y'all ain't gonna see me. No. That's why I had to see you. You ain't gonna see me no more.
I know that ye are.
I know you're not gonna see me no more. Come on, read.
I have gone preaching the kingdom of God.
Come on.
Shall see my face
No more. Read. Come on.
Wherefore I take you to record this day
Come on.
that I am pure from the blood
Pure
of
from the-
all men.
Read something.
For I have not shunned to declare to you all the
Counsel of God. Read.
Take heed therefore.
All right, now look. All right, so watch. So I'm gonna stop here because I can't get all that. He gave the example. That whole piece there was all about example. All right, and because I gave you the example, now I'm going to give you your responsibility. Take heed unto yourselves and to all the flock in which you have been what? Oversee. The Holy Ghost has given you oversee. So look, just as I have been an example unto you, all right, now here's your responsibility. That's heavy, y'all. And why is he talking like this? I ain't gonna see you no more. I ain't gonna see you no more. The only instructions you're gonna get from this point on is gonna come from Timothy. I ain't gonna see you. I see that. That's heavy, y'all. I'm gonna leave it alone because next week we'll go into this. Because most time we don't even talk about this until we start trying to talk about elders' responsibilities. That's what we want to talk about. This the elders' responsibilities. All right, but you know what? It's responsibilities that's given to them that comes with a heavy charge. All right, because can y'all see this? They have got to stand where Paul stood. Y'all see that, y'all? They got to stay. I'm not going to see y'all no more. I'm not going to say nothing to y'all no more. All right? So who the people are going to see from this point on are you guys who I ordained as elders. Does that make sense? All right, y'all. Y'all, we okay? I know it's 8:01. I did it. I did good. All right, prayer request tonight, and let's get out of here. Yes, miss. Okay. Good. Brother, Sherry, I got you, brother. Is Sherry and them coming here? All right, we'll do. Brother Connor? Shall do. Yes, sir. Okay, we sure will pray for him. All right. Then pray for my deputy Sue. She had surgery yesterday, named Nana LeBlanc. Pray for her in her recovery. She'll be out a while, but just pray for her in her recovery. Awesome. All right. Y'all good? Y'all have a good time tonight? I had a good time. I don't know what y'all, I had fun with y'all did. I had a good time. But thank y'all for coming. I enjoyed y'all so and everything. All right, Eddie, can you close out with a word of prayer? And remember, Sunday is Family and Friends Day. Bring your folks. We want to pack this house out, and then we're gonna flip this right here into a eating facility.